On the situation in Mpumalanga, we're joined by SABC News reporter Ulrich Hendriks to bring us up to speed with developments there. So Ulrich, take us through what is happening where you are now. We see the devastation continues.
Hi, good morning, Felicity. Well, the picture you're currently seeing is, of course, the Crocodile River. Of course, this has risen in the last couple of days, but it looks like it is subsiding at the moment. Not far from here, less than 5 kilometers away, on the N4, we saw a lot of devastation, or just off the N4, we saw a lot of devastation. And that clip from Sandparks, from the Minister, Willie Okam, that you played, that we did yesterday, basically telling us that they're still assessing the damage to Sandparks, of course, but also looking at rebuilding. That will come in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. But tourism operators here, really, obviously are hoping that that will be done as soon as possible, that day visitors can come back into the Kruger National Park, and of course people that can stay in the Kruger National Park. The reason for that and why they're hoping that is, of course, that this whole ecosystem of which the Kruger National Park is a part of. We heard from a tourism organization, the Kruger Lowveld tourism organization, telling us that in the last couple of days since the park announced that they are evacuating people, that they're closing the park down to day visitors, and that people can't go to certain camps. There's been a number of cancellations as a result. So the impact on tourism is, of course, huge. And then it's not just tourism operators, people who are giving guest accommodation. You're talking about, just up and down the Crocodile River, for example. You have a lot of activities, where the tourism operators are part of. Those are suffering. We're talking about as far from Sabi, as far as Graskop in this area, from Nelspruit. They are already feeling the impact of the floods on the tourism industry. Of course, as with the Kruger National Park, the damages there, the damages and the impact of this, of course, on the tourism industry is still being assessed, but it will run into millions. Of course, Sandparks also saying yesterday that while they're waiting for the water to subside, we already know that the roads were damaged. We already know that bridges were damaged. We know that staff quarters and accommodation facilities were damaged during the floods. So while they're still waiting for an assessment, we know that it's going to be excessive in terms of damages. But those assessments will come in the next couple of days. Of course, the Kokta minister also was here in Mpumalanga yesterday, to also assess the damages, by the floods. And we heard him talking about, overall about 2 billion rand, estimated damages. Of course, the provincial government then said that, their fiscus is not really in a position to basically sustain that 2 billion rand damages. So they're looking at private sponsors, corporate, etc., but also national government to come to the party. And, once these floodwaters have subsided, to start rebuilding the lives of the people who were affected, but also the tourism operators within this province.
And I know, Ulrich, in just a moment we'll also be chatting to Ray Takudi from the Kruger National Park to give us an overview of the broader picture of what the damage actually looks like. This is something that has rocked the communities there, and from what you are saying to me now is that clearly rebuilding will be resource intense. It will need money as well. Talk to us about what some of the communities are saying there, some of the hardest hit communities are saying.
So, apart from the roads that have in some cases washed away. And like I said earlier, about 5 kilometers from here, we were there earlier. We saw community, roads being closed. But the impact of those communities, you also see houses being damaged. So people not being able to sleep in the houses. They are fearful for water that are coming. The ground is saturated. There's still rain coming today. Clear tomorrow, but also, sometime in the week, there's also a forecast for rain. So people are fearful about the saturated ground, where any more rain could be devastating as well. But people lost homes, people lost their lives in this province as well, as in Limpopo. So, the cost of this flooding is beyond rands and cents. It's beyond bridges that are washed away. It's beyond roads that are now pothole riddled. It's people have lost their lives. Next weekend we'll probably see a couple of funerals. But then people also need to start rebuilding their lives without, rebuilding their houses, rebuilding their lives, where a loved one is now gone as a result of this flooding.
All right, Ulrich Hendriks is our reporter watching developments there. Thanks so much indeed for that update.